Now on Wake Up Australia, it's time for the Bona Report.
How are you, my friend?
I'm very good, reasonably attractive, Phil. How are you?
I'm okay. Sorry, I didn't get to see the video that you've sent me yet. I have no excuse for it. Well, I do. Yeah. I've been working my fingers to the bone. So if you can accept that, then we're still friends.
Well, just to fill people in, if you'll pardon the pun, my daughter got married last week. We call it the royal wedding. She was a destination wedding in Bali, but it went off beautifully, and I sent you a little video of me walking her down the aisle. That's what that is.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. The 8th, yes.
Well, I haven't replied to it yet. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, I mean, you've got better things to do.
Well, I haven't got better things to do, but I have this to do, and this, as you well know, my friend, takes up a great deal of time, and that's why it's always a pleasure to have you here to do the heavy lifting. And what have you got this week that you fancy?
Well, there's a couple of things that have happened since we last spoke, and I would love to hear what our listeners have to say about this. Now, I'm probably going to rub a lot of people the wrong way with this, but let me just explain. The Brisbane Olympics, there's a massive cost blowout. And, I mean, there was a scheme that was scrapped, the federal government's major project, the $2.5 billion Brisbane Arena for the swimming, in favour of a new 63,000-seat stadium at Brisbane's Victoria Park, several smaller venues across the state. They're now saying, well, we may have to take some of the events out of Brisbane and take it around regional Queensland, to Rockhampton, to Townsville, or wherever. I haven't got a problem with that. I think the appropriate event should be at the appropriate venue. I couldn't care. And take it around Australia. I mean, if, let's just say, equestrian or rowing is better at Penrith. Let's just say swimming is better in Melbourne because of the venue. Give Australia all of that love. Are the days of an individual city bidding for an Olympics over? Let me get to this point. It is not a guaranteed windfall financially if you win an Olympics bid. In fact, more and more countries aren't even bothering anymore because you come out the other end broke and the afterlove doesn't seem to last. You look at Montreal. The original budget was $214 million. It went to $1.4 billion and it took them 30 years to pay it off. You look at Rio. You look at Greece. Absolute disasters. So here's my suggestion, Phil. The Olympic rings, there's 5 of them, representing 5 continents.
Right.
Let's choose 5 cities and rotate them every 4 years. Now, I'm up for suggestions on this, but let's just say, for example, you'd pick London. You'd have to pick Paris because that's the birthplace of the modern Olympics. You'd have to pick Greece because it's the birthplace of the Olympics. Then why not, for argument's sake, Los Angeles and Sydney? Or choose a country. Rotate those 5 cities, make them official Olympic cities, and then all the money that is spent on trying to bid for an Olympics can go into a pool and go towards developing countries that don't have much money and help them develop their athletes. I'm just putting it out there. Do away with everyone trying to bid for an Olympics. And how about we have 5 cities representing the 5 Olympic rings? What are your thoughts?
I'll tell you what I think, because I remember you asked me this once before, and I said to you, no, I said I don't think it's a great idea. And the reason why I said is because this is a great deal of income for countries and places where they rely on things like the Olympic Games to bolster and boost their economy. And if you just leave it to the main ones, it's not only just the cities that are going to miss out, it's also the people getting the opportunity to go to other cities too. So it's a no from me, I'm sorry.
Well, let's ask our listeners. It's a no from Phil. It's a big yes from me. And a lot of these countries, they don't make money. They go broke trying to get the place together for the Olympics.
Some places do. Some places do. But hotels and small businesses don't.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I just think if Brisbane can't afford the Olympics and it's just a massive cost blowout, share it around Australia. I'll tell you this. If people from the Northern Hemisphere make the massive trek down under for an Olympic Games, I'm talking about family, friends, athletes, and all the spectators, they'll stay for a while because it's hard to get here and it's a pain in the butt getting back. And I reckon they'll stay and visit and spend tourist dollars here. So why not share it? Just give the best city with the best venue that particular event. What do you make of that?
I think that they should come up with a better plan and more of an overall plan that includes tourism and tourism deals. This is just me thinking outside the box. 131873 is the phone number, whereby if you turn up for the Olympics, you also get discounts at restaurants and things like that. So there's that other incentive as well. What do you think of that idea?
Well, I reckon it's worth talking about because it's sending Brisbane broke. It's a nightmare. And as I said, Montreal, 30 years it took them to pay off their massive Olympic bill. Anyway, 5 Olympic rings, 5 continents. Pick a city, rotate them every 4 years. Have I got it wrong, folks?
Well,
I'd love
let's
to know
see.
what you reckon.
Let's see what you think. 131873 is the phone number. Give us a ring. Have a chat with Luke Bona. Tell us what you think. It's 17 to 5. 13 to 5. Luke Bona is here with the Bona Report. He would like to rotate the Olympics through the 5 rings representing places. And Mick says, you're dreaming. Rather, he doesn't actually. I'm just throwing that bit in myself because I want.
Yeah, that was you. That was you.
He says 5 rings represent the 5 inhabited continents, including North and South America as one. Rotate that, but encourage the recycling of its locations.
Yeah. Well, it's just, look, I just think the Olympics can send you broke. Look at Rio. Basket case. Absolute basket case. Rotate 5 continents, 5 cities every 4 years and it saves countries pouring in money. I mean, you look at the World Cup. How corrupt has that been in the bidding process? That money is well better spent on helping develop underdeveloped sporting nations. My thoughts.
Okay, well, let's get to the phone then. Gary's in Brisbane, so he knows exactly where you're coming from. 131873 is our phone number. Morning, Gary. You're on with Luke Bona.
First Olympic Games, as a young fellow, I had a bit to do with it. Was 1956 in Melbourne. Melbourne, yeah. The whole thing now, it's all professional athletes, basically. They're all on the seat. They're all getting paid to perform, type of thing. And you look at the Commonwealth Games, that's a no-go in most countries now because the places, that's more or less a stepping stone for the Olympics, which is about 2 years after the the Commonwealth Games. And as the world goes into further recession, I can't see a lot of these events taking place because it's the price blowout for everyone.
All right, well, what do you think about that? And by the way, you're not a fan of the Commonwealth Games then, I take it?
I think that they're becoming irrelevant, except the one thing I do like about the Commonwealth Games is that we're almost guaranteed to win nearly everything, especially, and I love beating New Zealand and Great Britain at anything.
Okay, well, what do you think of Luke's scheme here, 131873? Well, you've got somebody else who agrees with you, and that's Ian at Redbank. Morning, Ian. You're on with Luke.
Yeah, Ian, what's happening?
Yes, good morning, gentlemen. Look, Gary, what you've just said is what I've been banging on for years and years and years. And the other gentleman that was speaking about the Olympic Games now are all about professional sports, and not everybody can afford it. Look at the disastrous bid that Australia put in for the FIFA World Cup for 2022, I think it was. We got one vote, spent one vote, a squillion bazillion dollars, and I agree with you 110%. Go to the countries that can afford them. Everybody else can chip in so that we can possibly develop somebody else. But I'm with you 100%.
There you go, Phil. Ha!
No, but he's right though in terms of the sport being. I mean, I agree with him on the fact that the sport used to be for amateurs and now it's professionals.
Yeah, well, okay. Let me just say this. When the first Dream Team came out, what was it, 92? Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, David Robinson, John Stockton.
Basketball, yeah.
Oh, the Dream Team. And everyone said, that is ridiculous. The United States now will dominate and it'll put an end to basketball. It didn't. What happened was other countries had to improve. And the United States have been beaten at the Olympics since then. And the world is getting closer because they raised the bar and the rest of the world had to raise their bar. And I think that professional dream team did so much for world basketball.
Oh, there you go. 131873. Wendy, morning. You're on with Luke Bona.
I think the whole country is broke, and I don't see how we can possibly afford an Olympic Games.
Wow.
The Labor Party is sending us broke.
But do you think it will create revenue, like Phil's saying? Phil's saying but it will bring in money with tourists and everyone will benefit. Is there that residual or is that fantasy?
I don't think so. We're going down the drain slowly. This is a marvellous country and it was very rich, but we're going slowly down the drain. And how the heck can we afford an Olympic Games?
Well, you know, it is good for morale. Hey, listen, you're talking about, Phil, we were talking about professionals now in the Olympics. What do you make of the steroid Olympics that they're talking about?
I saw that.
You can...
Why would a professional athlete who's got a great reputation risk their reputation and their career by getting involved in this?
Well, I mean, it fascinates me. I wonder, one, who would watch it? And everyone I've spoken to has said, I'd watch it, especially the weightlifting. I want to see somebody try and lift 500 pounds, 500 kilograms. I want to watch them explode.
Oh, I'd watch it too, but only because it would just be world records would drop like that, but they wouldn't count for anything.
Imagine the long jump. You clear the sand, you land on the concrete and break your ankles. I'd watch that.
High jump, they just jump over the stadium.
They just jump over the stadium. You need a pole vault that's 400 metres long.
Yeah, I hear you. Paul says, morning, I'm of the opinion that the Olympics should be awarded to the country as a whole, with cities within that country hosting the events, which is, I thought, actually the original idea that you had, that you were going on with this. And I think that's not a bad idea. Not probably in a country like Australia, because otherwise you find you're spending all your money going to Perth.
I'll tell you an interesting story about the pressure on athletes succeeding at Olympic Games, and I'll try and find it for you because you'll find it fascinating. It was about 30 years ago, might have been 40 years ago, but they did a survey of 1,000 elite American college athletes representing all sports, and they asked them, they put a question to them. They said, if you were guaranteed an Olympic gold medal by taking a specific drug, but the side effect was you would die within 10 years, but you were guaranteed an Olympic gold medal, would you still take that drug? And over 80% said yes.
Well, there's stupidity for you.
Isn't that incredible?
Jerry says the Olympic Games should encourage world peace. Here's an idea. Let them have it in places that could benefit, like Gaza, Iran, North Korea, Somalia, Mexico. And that's Jerry from Sutherland. That's an interesting concept. We've got time for one more call, and that would be Paul, who's on the phone from Sydney. Morning, Paul. You're on with Luke Bona.
G'day, Paul.
Oh, there he is. Sorry, there you are, Paul. Go ahead, bud.
Yeah. Good morning. How are we? Good?
Yeah, good on you, Paul.
Yes. Well, you're speaking to someone who's actually been an Olympic volunteer for the Sydney Games at 2000, and I was fortunate enough to do the Athens 2004 Games too. And the experience that you have to go to those games and be part of the games will help not only every nation to participate, but it will unite the whole world as well.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good point. And you're right, Paul.
That's a really good.
That was the point of it, isn't it?
Sorry,
Luke, that's the point of it.
Yeah, well, I had just gone to 2GB from Bathurst in the year 2000 and witnessed it all. Mind you, 2GB at that point didn't have the rights, so we used to do interviews out at Homebush in the back lane to get the athletes off the precinct so we were able to do interviews. But gee whiz, it really galvanised and brought Sydney to life. That's a really good point. Sydney just felt so good during the 2000 Olympics.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, then you're right. The way that can unify a city as well is something that, see, there you go. That you've just basically condescended your own opinion.
Yeah.
You've cancelled your own opinion out there.
No, well, leave Sydney, but okay.
But my
Sydney, if you had
my
to-
argument was that it's great for the vibe of the country, and then you disagreed with me, and now you agreed with me.
No, well, no, but I did say at the beginning, go to Flashlog, have a listen. I said, but okay, if Brisbane can't afford it, share the love. Put the right event at the right venue. It doesn't necessarily have to be all Brisbane.
Give it a plug. You know you wanna.
Okay, Bonafide with Luke Bona. You should hear the bloke I speak to. It just dropped the other night. It is former undercover Queensland detective Keith Banks. His story is just incredible. It's raw. It's true. I mean, this guy had a gun put in his mouth by a fellow detective. The corruption he uncovered, the stories about being an undercover copper, just incredible. His name is Keith Banks, and he's just one of the people I'm speaking to on the recent podcast. Luke Bona.
You got it.
Bonafide with Luke Bona. It's out now.
Talk next week. Thanks, buddy.